Hi, everybody, and welcome to Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. I'm Sally, and this is Monday, Martin Luther King Day, and I am the vlogger for today. We just got our questions. It's okay, Wendy, don't worry. We all have busy lives. And I tell you the truth, it's been a really odd few days for me, and I just felt really compelled to answer this question. I could have taken a pass, but I feel like I have a need to express myself, and this is my opportunity. I don't think I've made a video for my own channel in way too long. Um, and here's the question for the day. If you are at goal, now this is a two-part question. One is you answered if you're at goal, and one if you're on your journey to goal. So I'm answering the at goal version because I'm at goal. If you are at goal, do you think getting to goal and living in maintenance would be how your life is today? There are many questions. That's the first one. Let me say that I don't think I had a clue because once you're at goal, honestly, you need to be living the life of a different person than the person you started off the journey. When you stepped your foot in that door to weight loss surgery and you transformed the choices you had to make to not be sick every day after you had surgery in some way or another, and you started to exercise and you changed your eating habits and you ate smaller portions, the person you were when you went in the beginning of I'm seeing like a, oh my gosh, what do you call that? Like the conveyor belt. When you stepped at the beginning of the conveyor belt is not the person that comes out at the end of the conveyor belt. When you're done, you're done, but you're not the same person. You are, but you aren't. You truly do change in a way that if you didn't, you wouldn't have gotten there. You wouldn't have gotten there. Now, whether those changes are permanent or you continue on the conveyor belt to some other transformation, like sliding back up, that's different. But I know that I'm not the person I was, not inside, not here, not in my taste and my desires and my hungers. I'm not the same person. So I had no idea what I might end up being like at the end of goal when I reach goal. I really didn't even give it any thought. I think I was just hoping I'd get there. I didn't even think about it. The only thing I thought about was the scary part of what maintenance would be and how I would probably go back up. But that's been over a year and a half, and it's not an issue for me. Okay, the next question, part of the question is, how has your daily lifestyle changed from goal life to maintenance life? I'm going to say this, it's not changed. Um, I don't have the anxiety and the strain, the pressure to reach something anymore. I'm there. I'm there. And to stay in the, let's say you ran a race and you go through the finish line and you went through goal. You hit goal, went through that little thing over top, ran through. You're in whatever that area is where people are taking their breath after they've run and they've reached it and they got clocked. Not that I've ever run, but I did watch one. Um, and you're in that area. You're in that holding area. That is where you are. I mean, I I have not changed my life. My life has not substantially changed. I eat the same way. You know why I eat the same way? Because it feels good. It feels right. It feels better. I feel better every day if I eat the way I have been eating. It's when I step outside of that, and I don't mean having a treat here or a treat there. That does not make me feel bad. I mean, what's a little ice cream? What's a little chocolate? But boatloads of carbs or breads, anything that makes you feel weighed down and heavy and ucky and blocked up, you don't want to feel like that. So my life has changed in that I have not changed the way I am post goal. I eat the same way. I exercise the same way. What I have done is give myself some mental slack or grace. I know that I can afford to eat outside the box more if I choose to, and I do not have to beat myself to a pulp, self-flagellation over making those choices. But I also know that if anything becomes habitual, meaning repeated, 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 becomes habit, becomes desire, becomes longing, becomes permanent, uh, that's not good. I don't go there. I really check myself at the door on that one. I'm more relaxed about the blips along the 2 or 3 day time frame or a vacation time frame, but anything that I start to ingrain as habit that's not good for me, that's not to my best health, I nip that in the bud right away. I watch for it and I guard it. I don't let that get out of control. Um, I say that as I drink my wine the third day in a row. It's been a long weekend. Anyway, I had family here all weekend. All my children were here. Um, would you say that the journey is over when you hit goal? I say the journey is never over, but I do not say the journey is something to be endured. Life is a journey. Do you ever say on your journey of life that you stop learning, that you stop growing, that you stop changing, transforming, breathing, reaching, stretching, becoming? When we stop growing, we're dead. That is the way it should be on our journey for weight loss. You should always try to be in tune with what your body wants, how it's working. If you're having cravings, if you're having issues, unpack that, think about it, sort it through, work through it, figure out what's causing that. A perfect example, I was very depressed today. I had a very rough weekend with my family here in the house, my adult children. And the more I have to bite my tongue to not say something if I get dumped on or beat on emotionally or criticized for what a poor parent I was or whatever it is, I could either start shoveling that food or have another glass of wine or, whatever bad, because of trying to shut it down, trying to stuff down emotion or trying to keep anger from coming out. Okay, you need to really be aware of that kind of stuff, all your trigger stuff. You got to grow in that kind of development of self-awareness. If you do not grow in self-awareness on this journey, you are not going to succeed and you will not stay in your future self. There was the Sally before and there's the Sally of the future. And I consider that who I am today on the route to my future self, I am more whole and more well. But who knows what the down the road is only going to be more growth and more positive understanding and eating properly and not letting things derail you and stuff like that. I mean, with age comes wisdom. What can I tell you? I'm 54. If I was 20, you wouldn't hear all this stuff out of me. You'd hear some of it, but you wouldn't hear all of it. Um, okay, the next part of the question is, so I don't think goal is great, but I think it's a passage. There's a book called Passages by Gail Sheehy. I never read it, but it's about passages in a person's life, in a woman's life, I believe in particular. Different ages, different passages, different growths, different understandings, different revelations of truth. And that's what this weight loss journey is like. Every month that you're losing, every week, every day, there's more revelation of truth. And every year that passes in your life and in the life of goal, it's just another revelation of truth. So I hit my goal for what it's worth. I hit it. Revelation of truth. A week later, more revelation of truth. A month later, more. Two years later, 5 years later, 10 years later. Hopefully, every day, more revelation of personal truth to keep me growing, being open, making good, healthy choices because I haven't let something derail me. Okay, self awareness. Thank you, Becca. I like that little thing you're doing about self awareness. That's really good for especially for someone your age. You are stinking sharp, girl. Um, the last part of the question is the goal the end? The goal is never the end, but that's not a bad thing. That's what I said. It's just a passage. It's a passage to the next part of the race, to the next part of the journey, to the next part of your life. And hopefully, we didn't do all this just to stop and become um, concretized. I'm looking. Shush, cat, you're making me crazy. Um, yeah, I know, Smudge. My cat has like Alzheimer's. Um, you don't want to get to the point where you have stopped growing. You don't want to, become set in stone. You don't want to. You want to keep growing. So, no, goal is not the end. What is the end? What advice would I give for someone who is 10 pounds or less from goal? Um, Let me say this. I saw a wonderful video today by Miss Casey Quinn, who I adore, and she has come to a place in her life, and I really fully support her philosophy on this. Only you know what's best for you. I urge people, ride this train to the end and do not short circuit the process or jump off before your train stops at your station. Your body knows where your station is. Okay. That would be good. That's good for me. Did I know how far I would go or where I wanted to be? Um, what is a goal? Our goal should be to have happy and fulfilled lives of vibrant health. That is what our goal should be for our lives. Vibrant health, happiness, joy, generosity, kindness, goodness, generosity of spirit, whatever you want to say, success, whatever it is that you want your life to reflect. This weight loss is one part of that. That's like a key to unlock us to let us be happy in a lot of other ways in our lives that we couldn't find before, let's face it. And Casey is at a point where, you reach a point. She exercises a plenty, and loves to do so. She eats well. She makes good choices. So her key is finding balance and being satisfied. Where she is fabulous. Her body's good. Her husband likes it. She likes it. I'm not even sure that she's more than 10 pounds away or 20 pounds away from where she initially thought. But let's face it, ladies, we don't really know what our goal should be. We can shoot towards a direction. North by Northwest is my goal direction. Well, what do we know what a goal is until we get two-thirds, three-quarters of the way there? Maybe my body would have been happier at 150. Well, no, obviously my body is fine at 131, 132, because that's where it has taken me. Okay. What I would be happier at, I have no idea. It is what it is. Life is what it is. Whether I've been happier at 150, whether I've been happier at 130, I don't know. That's not the point. The point is, when you're 300 pounds, do you know what 150 feels like? Do you know what 180 feels like? Do you know what 130 feels like? No, you don't have a clue. I didn't have a clue. So as you move down, your journey's like a sliding, I think those are the slide rules we used to use back in the dark ages. Not that I knew how to use them then, and I don't know how to use them now. But our life is like a slide rule. So you move down, you slide that slide rule over, and whatever number that's, you've got to find out where you're comfortable. And I don't mean comfortable in the negative, meaning comfortable means you're a slacker, you're a quitter, you've given up, you haven't tried hard enough. I'm going to just call it quits now because I'm tired of the struggle. That's not comfortable. Comfortable is, am I very active? Am I active, very active? Is my health vibrant? Is my energy positive? Do I have peace and balance in all places in my life? That's, when you get to that place in your slide rule, and if your body's 180 and you're 5'9", or your body's 150 and you're 5'9", or your body's 100, you'll know. And I think the key for giving people advice that are 10 to 20 pounds from goal is not about make sure you get there because you said it at the beginning, and so you damn well better get there or you're a failure. That's not what you say to people. Or for me, it has to be individualized, and I believe people should give it their best. But they also have to find peace with the journey. And when giving it their best becomes striving to the extreme where you are off kilter and off balanced and obsessive compulsive and can't find peace, that extra 20 pounds ain't worth it. Nothing is worth your peace of mind. So you've got to weigh everything. Peace of mind, harmony, no strain, no stress, no striving, no anxiety, no fear of failure, no sense of failure. But you only know, and you only know by going down that slide rule, that journey. And when you hit 180, if you're killing yourself and making yourself miserable and giving yourself more eating disorders on top of the pushing and the striving and the craziness, then maybe you need to take your pack off and take a little break and just kind of ease on down the road. Or just be for a season. There's nothing wrong with just being for a season as long as you find peace and balance in the other parts of your life. And then when it's your time, you readdress it again. I don't think it's our place to give judgment or our opinion too much. I think people have to find it for themselves. Um, Gosh, I keep seeing pictures of Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. I'm sure there's a message there. Um, there's no place like home, and that home is here. Peace, joy, tranquility, balance, passion for living, energy, health. You'll know it when you get there. And whether that means you're 180 or 150 or 140 or 130 or 120, you'll know. I pray you'll know. And that's what we want for all of us. But we all figure it out for ourselves, don't we? Because if we figure it out, we won't be going back to where we started. I love you all. Take care and make it a great week. I'm Sally Wimberly, and I'm Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. See you.